Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to add the top and side views to your orthogonal drawing. At the minimum you need to have a front, top and either left or right side view, but depending on your drawing you might need to add both left and right side views. I probably should with my number 5, although for the purposes of this video I'm not going to bother. Alright, so with orthogonal drawing there are no rules about how far away the top view needs to be or the side view, but they do need to be consistent. So whatever distance you choose, you have to make all of the views that same distance apart. So to draw I'm going to start with my top view. To draw my top view, I'm going to bring in some more guides. I'm going to bring in guides to line up with the outside edges of my 5. And they're going to allow me to draw a rectangle that is exactly the width. Now, I'm not going to worry about the depth of my 5 at this stage. I'm just going to draw a rectangle to the correct width, making sure that I've selected a stroke. And then with that selected, I've measured my 5. It is 24 millimeters deep or thick. So converting that to the scale, I need to make it 12 mil thick. Now, because I've already drawn the rectangle, rather than draw another rectangle to the right dimensions, I'm just going to go up here to transform, and I can change the measurement in there to make it the right measurement. So you can see now, front view, top view. I'm going to go back later and add the hidden details, but right now I'm going to show you how to use the 45-degree method to draw in your side view at exactly that same distance apart. So what I need to do is bring in more guides. I'm going to bring in a guide for the top of my 5 and for the bottom. And then at this point where the total height and the total width of my number meet, so your number might not have conveniently a right angle right on that angle. So if, for instance, this was a 2, we're looking it up the other way, and the corner came here, I would be drawing my line from this point here where the total width and the total height intersect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line, and if I hold down my shift key it will snap to 45 degrees. Now if when you go to do that yours doesn't snap to 45 degrees, I'm also going to make that a guide by doing Control 5. You can see it's guide now, but if yours doesn't snap, you can go into Preferences and you can alter that. So if I go in here to Edit, scroll all the way to the bottom to Preferences, and I select Smart Guides, brings up this box here, and you can see just here where it says Construction Guides, mine has 90 degrees and 45 degrees. That means that when I'm drawing lines, the Smart Guides will make it snap to those angles if I hold down the Shift key. There are other options in there, so you can do whatever you like. I think there's also a custom option you could do if you were doing something specific and you needed the same angle over and over again. If you go in, make sure that you've got selected 90 and 45 degrees. It means that it will always snap to those angles. Alright, so now that I've got that in, I'm going to drag in more guides for the top and the bottom of my top view. And then I might just zoom in a little bit. And then I'm going to bring them in and I'm going to drop them where that 45-degree angle coincides with the guides that mark the top and the bottom of my front view. And so you can see now, if I zoom back out, that I've created this rectangle here that is the same height as my 5. Use that. And I'm going to draw my side view. So now you can see, if I zoom out and I turn off my guides, that my top view and my side view are perfectly evenly spaced around my 5. Now, if I wanted to do a left side view, I would do exactly the same thing, just from this corner here. And I drag in guides. Same points where it coincides, and I draw in a rectangle, and there I have, oh, helps if you've selected a stroke. There I have my left side view. Alright, so now what I would need to do to my views is go back and add any solid or hidden details. So I can see from my guides, I'm going to use my guides to inform that. I can see that this point here and this point here would need to be hidden details on my top view. So I'm just going to go in and draw a line there. Now, because it's a hidden detail, I need to go over here to my stroke menu. If it isn't here, you'll find it up here under window. And then also, if when you open it up, you haven't got all of these options, if you click on these little lines at the side, it will, mine says hide options because they're already open, but it'll have show options. All right, so I need to select this bit here, the dashed line, and I'm literally going to just do 2 points and 2 points, and that should be enough. I'll zoom in a bit for you to see, to create the perfect dotted line. Now you can see, because I did that, not being able to see exactly what I was doing, it didn't line up perfectly. So just make sure when you do these that you are doing it close enough to your drawing that you can see exactly what's going on. So I've just copied and pasted that line because I know it's exactly the same over here, and I'm going to pop it in place. So there I have my top view with hidden details of here and here. For the side view, For the side view, I've got this one here. It's not a hidden detail, it is an actual feature. So I'm just going to draw a solid line. Keeps reverting. There needs to be another solid line here. And then in here, I've got some hidden details. So I need to add in those hidden details. And where it needs to be dotted line, I'm going to go add that in. So this one here is for the top bit of my 5 there, and this is for this section here. And then if I go over to this side, I have got a hidden line here. A hidden line here. This one here is a solid line. Turn that off. Similarly, this one is a solid line. And then just close that. For this bit here, I have a hidden line. Needs to be dashed. All right, if your drawing is, I'll turn off my guide so you can see there and just click off there. So if your number is symmetrical, you might need to add a center line. Remembering to always refer to the VCAA Technical drawing specs to make sure that you're observing all of the line conventions. But essentially, that is how you add the views. Now, you could add more views if you needed to, but that's certainly enough information to fully explain my three-dimensional object in 2 dimensions.